There you go. Yeah, you should be able to say.
I don't see the screen.
Oh, that little green box is like.
Hold on. Why am I the only one here? Yeah, you're right. Where did everything go? Where did all my stuff go? Holy. That can't be right. Wow. That's wild, man. All right, I'm screen. Yeah. Holy moly. Okay. What? Wait. Whoa, no. Are there two?
One is the Google Hangout, and one is the.
Oh, no. Wait, so is anybody seeing my screen?
Oh, you need to, because didn't you start a Hangout before you? Yeah, you were starting a Hangout before you.
Uh-huh.
That's what it was. So just stop the one Hangout thing.
This is ridiculous.
Go to that. Now go to that window. Now go to the thing on the side. Share screen. There you go. Now you're good.
Now it does it again. Great.
But now you're.
Wow, this is great.
Now just minimize that.
Okay. And then, ready. Is it working? Great. Okay. All right, keep creating objects with your new classes. You've learned cool classes today. Really excellent. Okay. I'm so lost and confused.
Yeah, we can see your screen on the.
Great. Great.
You can actually stream it directly from inside of Slack.
Okay. All right, everyone. Raise your hand if you're frustrated by classes. You want a 10-minute break now? Raise your hand if you want what? Okay. No, that's fine. Let's take our break now. Let's come back in 15 minutes at 8:10. 8:10. No problem. Good work so far, guys. Bear with me. We're going to really code up a storm.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out, just like trying to catch up on things. But maybe it's just they just didn't update it. But I noticed that they have the team manager assignment activity is the one that they value most critically.
Yeah.
But when you look at what's available, there's like everything after that isn't even mentioned. These two aren't even mentioned. So if we get through these next two, a little bit faster, and get to this one in the normal amount of time they ask for this.
Yeah.
I think we've pretty much done what we needed to. Yeah.
I think I'll be sure to make that happen. All right. Everyone at home, we're taking a break.
That's gonna only save you some time. Axer. Didn't you buy that? Weren't you gonna buy that on Arrow so that you could go something? Was. And I decided I was going to go to the archery field first to see if I can. Yeah. As soon as I do it, I'll ask you something, sir.
Break psychology. Yeah.
She was like, Why do this when you can just access something?
Yeah. So this is sort of contrived. First of all,
Just show us the method.
yeah,
Go around.
yeah. So in Java, there's this concept of privacy. I think you can do something like private name. I forget what the syntax is, but so if a property is private, you can't go to
Oh, and
Cow
so
dot
you
name.
return it to your,
Two people
so
are
you
allowed to
access
access
it.
certain functions.
Yeah.
It's usually called like, well, is hungry would be, I think, pretty Java-y, you know, since it's a.
It's hard to do that.
Yeah.
There's a back.
So it was confusing.
It's called organize.
Literally.
The only thing you're really buying is the ability to use someone else's axe and the wood that they're eating. Like, instead of get two chopped up, they'll take it out for a new one. Yeah. But like, there's no other cost to it. How much is that?
Well, it's a nice, like, throwing, what's it, how much do you think it's throwing?
Section. That's the three best ones. Ooh, these are hard ones. The hardcore ones are $25.
Well, I just found a $50 one.
Yeah, but it also has like, it also looks really
It's an
good.
East Wing. There's another one for like $30. Oh, those look cool.
Yeah, but that's one person for one.
So
After that one person,
so
so
just
buy one.
City,
Right? Dude, $20.
Just buy one. Just get yourself one.
Well, it's who's backyard.
Yeah, figure out.
What's next?
You get more like
Yeah. So you just hit nails.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to catch up on Silicon Valley. Maybe I'll do that tonight.
Still doesn't.
it has a little chunk to it.
Yeah.
So,
All about Jin Yang.
He did.
a little bit more. They have to create some custom.
Oh, no,
What if
that's
I tell
because. Because up here, but
The special
then
occasion
this
thing is my
is
favorite. Because
I didn't
when he's like freaking me out.
So this was out here.
Having that he's sitting in chance. It's like, fuck you, or like,
So, then we have a couple of classes. One, that's
Right, yeah, I think it was just like, I think it's just, yeah.
dude, I missed it.
At the later seasons, because it kept like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't go to the, can't watch the. He was in the draft, he was fighting for money.
Yeah.
And he ended up winning the entire tournament. He's like, oh, I just won $1 million. He's like, wishing it was $2 million.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And then like, so It's
I
not.
love their original season.
They're so good. There's so much.
Yeah.
When you watch it, they're back.
What is it? What is it? Lucky Bird. That's the page.
Yeah.
Well, third individual. Okay, so we're doing the class, yeah, this done. There's already, and then we collect it. Return the three. No, and I was just trying to get to see what. That's the last part. And then.
Okay.
I was just calling in like the skeleton of what I did up. That he did up there.
Dude, good guy. My friend was watching it, and when I first started watching it, he absolutely hated Rafi, and then by like the fifth or sixth Rafi episode, he's like, Rafi's my favorite. He always has pocket art.
Yeah.
Who's the Seth Rogen? In other words, oh, Dirty Randy. Dirty Randy.
Right down.
Two. Called it. Later on.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's over, yeah, gotcha.
One of the things that I usually basically like when we were on this.
Yeah.
So like the ones that I need.
Alright, I'm in my classroom where I'm a teacher.
You and I.
Oh, you just said that's
Yeah. And before I tried how.
Yeah.
So I need to have the.
So basically, the show I see.
Yeah.
Let's stay for hamburger.
Sure.
Well,
Sounds good to me.
so then when
Oh, yeah, that's for shit. That's basically what shit is my version of not a hot dog.
It's really good at that.
Really good at that.
Go back to the movie stuff. So that way I
yeah,
know.
because I'm really I don't even know.
Oh
what
my.
It's less for everybody that.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
I just imitated. I was trying to get it.
They're just further off.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, man. Well,
You're like, I see your bag of chips and trees, you have a bigger bag of chips.
Dog every 8.
just to see.
Yeah, you finish this, and then you go that, yeah.
Yeah. To answer your question earlier, I need to go
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm starting it in 5 minutes. And 5 more minutes, guys. I need some water.
Yeah, I think we're at halfway break. Most of the meeting is we're in, yeah. Saturday makes a week probably. I like how big that becomes like professor in the ship. Like that.
I might go do this.
I see. It's asking it again. Yeah, it's asking, but it's not. Where are you going to call the function again? The tricky part with the way we're seeing it, like fire LA, or just you're calling the function from the vet. Right, so what's going to happen is this is where but basically, like right now, I was so there's no like zero blocks. Yeah, right. Like, and they wonder why they're so.
So that is there, it's just like that's gonna take you.
No, yeah, there's like a very small system that has like 8 stops or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Super.
I took
It looked
And
nice.
the bus is more terrible. Yeah, like.
As long as one.
Oh, yeah.
So you could do. San Francisco's a little bit better.
So set a variable outside.
It's okay.
Stores
It's all bumped around.
Or that
street cars
isn't
and then
defined yet.
that's only if you're in
In this
central LA. You have to
then-
take, what's this, Caltrain if you're in any of those other states. Yeah. 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 If you go there, like if you're working on the technology or something,
Or you could
All right.
resolve it.
Yeah, they are.
Resolve it. So you resolve the problems. You can pass a value. That's how I know. So your value. Yeah, no, I checked it last night. It's basically not like, so basically this is a problem, right? But you have like, so basically this.
You're gonna live on a train line in DC. You don't live you live just one you got. That's the problem with DC. Yeah. That's probably
Alrighty. Let's do it. Order. Order in the court. Order in the classroom. All right, everyone. We are back. So, real quick, and I hope you pay attention to me. The classes in JavaScript, they're nice to work with. They're a lot easier than prototypes, right? Because I think you all raise your hand if the classes that I was talking about made more sense than the prototype stuff to you. Okay, about the same. All right, well, never mind. That whole thing I was about to say, forget it.
So I think that if I sit down with most of them, I might understand this is a little intuitive.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like right now, they're about.
right. So classes are more intuitive. They're still built underneath the hood on the prototype system, but they're more intuitive, right? They're easier to use. So I just want you to know that classes are still based on the prototype system. It's very important that you don't think that they're disconnected, because it's likely that you'll be asked about prototypes in a job interview, or somewhat likely. And I want you to know that we're still using prototype objects with classes. Okay.
Should we focus on one or the other?
Should you focus on one or the other right now? What is more preferred? Well, you've asked me a tough question, because if you go to a sort of organization that runs code for older things, like especially a government contractor, you might not be writing with classes. You might be using an older version of JavaScript, like because of yes, sure. And so you might not want to use classes. You want to use like pure constructors and prototypes. But I would say in the current job market, and really for the roles that you would all be likely to be hired for first, I would say classes are fine. because that's the newer way to do it. So classes, sure. Yeah. All right. Now, this next thing I'm going to show you is to prepare you for really our big activity for the day that we're going to try to get done before we leave. And so we're going to use Inquirer again, okay? So I'm just going to show this off. Okay, let's take a look here at the thing. Take a look, see. Yeah? Yeah. All right, that looks better, right? How's this? I thought I was making a joke. It's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. Okay. Oh, not that. Shit. All right, I'm almost done. Whatever. Okay, what about the? I'm an engineer. This is who said that? That was Thomas. Fuck you. Kick rocks, Thomas. It was Ivan, wasn't it? Fucking dick. All right. Okay, so let's take a quick overview of what we're seeing here. Okay, we have a programmer, constructor, or a class, and we have a class method of print info on the programmer. Again, I'm pointing class and prototype, but doing the same thing. And it's a programmer, constructor, print info on the prototype. Great. So this is all what we had before. This is our original code. Now we have a for loop. For var I equals 0, while I is less than 5, we will increment I and run the loop. So this is going to run 5 times. And for each time, we're going to use Inquirer to prompt you. What is your name? What is your position? How old are you? What is your favorite programming language? We take the answers. We use them to create a new program. Okay? And then we print the info for the new programmer. Now, I will posit to you that this is going to be bad. This code was going to be broken, not going to work. Discuss for 30 seconds why that might be true. It has to do with the concept of synchronous actions versus asynchronous actions.
You know what? I had to say when you get to it won't have all the stuff. Yeah, if you put it at the end before you finish. We're looking at the note review.
All right. Shinkai, what do you think? Why is this fundamentally wrong? You couldn't figure it out. Okay. Raise your hand if you think you figured it out. No one thinks that. Okay, John.
Or looping through, right? And then as that's looping through, you're going to have Inquirer, which is waiting around for
Okay.
the programmer.
So John said the for loop is going to run all of its loops before someone has the opportunity to answer. Was that your answer as well, Ed? Yeah, that's right. The for loop is going to execute its 5 loops in like less than the blink of an eye. Whereas I'm going to be still here like, oh, it wants to know my name. Right? It's all just going to run. It's all going to. So let's check out what happens. ls cd /06 tab ls, and I'm going to have to yarn. I'm sorry, npm install.
Using Yarn.
Yeah. Fine. There's a thing called yarn link, which has been very useful for me. It's a package manager like npm. It's for Node, yeah. Yeah. Made by some people at Facebook. right, so I added my packages. Okay, whatever. And okay. ls, and I'm going to do node programmers with prompt dash. Wait, that's not right. I'm in the wrong one. Sorry. F. Am I in the wrong one?
No, you should be in those.
No, I am right. Okay. ls. Okay, node. What? Node programmers with prompt dash no prototypes. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. Whoever said I was right lied to me. Wait,
7 is the one that.
just kill me. Yeah, I'm in 7.
Yeah.
So, say Thomas. Okay, node programmers loop no recursion. Okay, so that code I just showed you. What's my name? What is my name? What is my name? What is my name? Vinny. What is your current position? What is it gonna guy? How old are you? 16. What's my favorite? JS. Okay, great. That wasn't cool. We wanted to create 4 different programmers, or 5 different programmers, not one that's, I mean, not 5 with all the same stuff, right? This is not good. It didn't wait for the good things to happen, right? How would I solve this? Well, how would I solve this? I don't know why they teach you this. Sucks. I guess it introduces something, concept called recursion. So, okay, I'm going to create a function. You make a programmer, and it's just going to do this, right? And then in the then block of the inquirer, I'm actually going to call make a programmer again. Now, right now this would go on forever, and I would be typing in programmers until the end of time. So what I'm going to do is if num programmers is less than 5, we will make a programmer, and num, actually out here, we're going to do num programmers plus plus, and out here we'll have num programmers equals 0. Let's num programmers equals 0. All right. Okay. So what is happening here, everyone? What am I doing fundamentally differently? Yeah. That's right. I'm calling a function within itself. Is that like pretty meta? Do what?
It's like recursion almost.
It is recursion. Okay, let's run it. It is. Let's run it. Let's run it. All right. Same thing. What is your name, Vinny? What is your current position? Gibberish. How old are you? Gibberish. Okay. And now it's asking all these things in order. How about that? After I create 5 programmers. And there it stopped. Great. So we created 5. We got all their info. Yeah. And I'll tell you what. I'm going to Slack this out, and you should all study it briefly. Uh-oh. I Slacked out my code. Study it for the next 3 minutes. I'm going to see what Grady sent me. Jeez.
I think it was you back up.
Now it does it again. Great.
No.
Well, this is great.
Terrifying. Okay, study my code for the next 4 minutes and figure it out, because you're going to do something similar when you do your team. You're going to make a team. football players or something, or like
Your node results, so you can put the information on separate times and then it's get back.
yeah. So right now it's coming back each time because we're doing programmer print info after we do the inquirer prompt because this is a then block, right? Like a promise. So after we get all of these answers, then we get the answers and we create a new programmer and print the info. That's right. If you wanted to put them all in array, you could create a array of programmers for, and then you can just push to it, push the new programmer. That's how you would have your group. Yeah, because you have to kick off the whole chain. Otherwise, nothing would run. Because all we've done is make the function, not run it.
Yeah, he was big.
You really seeing
So that.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. Hey, everyone. I will say to you that here's what, well, first of all, let's go over my code. Let's see if anyone has any questions, right? Because you guys were just talking about it a little bit, studying it, right? So on a scale of 1 to 5, how do you feel about it? 4. Okay. Hands, please. How do you feel about the code I slacked out? Do you understand it? Do you understand it? Does it work for you? I just wrote it myself. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, my solution's probably effectively the same as what was already in there. I just felt like writing my own. Oh, okay. You good? 4? Okay, that's good. How many? Okay, good. All right, so y'all are about to start a nearly hour-long project. You're going to go into 08 Team Manager, and you're going to look at the README, okay? And let's read it together. Over the course of this assignment, you're going to put together a function which uses constructors and user input to create and manage a team of players. Could be whatever sort of team you want, I suppose. Golf team, basketball team, swimming team. I don't care. I guess choose a sport that has like sides, like an offense and a defense. Really, American football would be good. Or basketball. Well, no. Okay, and so you're going to have a player constructor or class. Has a bunch of properties. There's some methods, right? So some prototype methods or class methods. Good game, bad game. It flips a coin, right? And it increases their stats, right? And you create the program, and it creates 3 unique players. Then you print all their stats. There's a lot of stuff in here. Just read it, and as you guys are working on it, I'm going to be around. I'm going to see where you guys get hung up, and I'll keep coming back up here every like 10, 15 minutes and talking about next steps. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Begin. Okay. Okay. Layer. Buddy. All right. And position. Offense, defense. Good game, bad game. Print stats. Print stats. Good game, bad game. What is it? Object.entries? Okay. And I'm really going to throw the ES6 at you here. Like, I hate me. Reach. Huh. So weird. Oh. Huh. It's an array of arrays. No, for each array, we're going to destructure the array to prop val. Log prop val. That should be good. Why are you yelling at me? Whatever. Huh. Name, position, offense, defense. This time. Okay. Quick. Name, position, age, language, data, object, sign, data, see, name, shit, in position, offense, defense. Player, team, let's say, oh no. Jeez. Oh no. Ah, why did I do this to myself? Whatever. All right. Where? Then it's function. It's player info. Return or dot okay. Dot then here. Here we'll go. Let's see. Okay. Hey. That player is actually going to come from Inquire, like an object that looks exactly like that. You don't need to do that. This thing? Yeah. So you need to run Inquire, right? Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay, let me take a walk around. Yeah. So if we have a bad game, the coin flip is heads, and we lose the offense. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. No, I think you're right. Yo. The README? Oh, do you not have the repo open? Really? Okay. Yeah, I'll just Slack this out. Okay. Okay. You know, var players, make players is var player number players equals 3. Then push new player data. Okay. If less than desired number of players, make player. Player. Okay. Okay, let's run it again. Okay. All right. Walking around. What's up, man? You have a question? First one? First one? Okay, how do you make players? You need to water a state. Method 4, method random times. Yeah, that's fine. I think it can be simpler. Because, so, like a coin flip can be represented as a 0 or 1. So you could probably do math.round, math.random. Round the random result. Yeah, but if you give all the extra stuff times 2 equals 2, whatever. It's actually simpler. Because it's gonna round the random integer, or I'm sorry, random decimal to either 0 or 1. And 0 is 1. So if that result is 1, then it's like tails, else. It'll be 1 or 0. So if that, then offense plus 1, else defense plus 1. Turn round random. Okay, bad game. So if okay. Oh man. Oh. Yeah, man.
So that because we want to list the players, the curly brackets are most contexts like a block, or they could be your created object, whereas the square brackets are in our case you. But we want to list like just that array, bunch of things. An object has the benefit of having property names, right? So an object represents one thing, whereas an array represents several things, right? So you can have an array of dogs. Each dog has a but your dog's array is just a bunch of those dogs. Does that make sense? The real key difference. That's okay. I get a lot of all the freaking stuff. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You have a function there, right? Yep. So I know well, office doesn't need to be a function. So methods are functions. When you hear method, it's just well, they're going to be a little bit. These are there's a program. Yes, yeah, it's not just like that's function. The only difference is here, but it needs to be player, not prototype.
I heard you saying that the concept. I could do a point.
So these are yeah, I think the tricky part is, but when you're working as a trainer, I think Jason, like in my time to get there, you have to fresh management. Here's my number. So you should there's it's just tired of that. No. Yeah, so they have that. So if you solve about that, like these obviously solve just any number you want to but I don't understand what there's we need to sign them starters down. Okay, so we'll need to keep track. We don't ask them for that. Yeah. Because the instructions say the properties of players are not. My inclination is to take it almost. Yes. Oh. Good numbers. You just do something else. I'm just watching a little bit more. Keeping his class. I don't know. It will look up there. I think I'm going to go over what I have so far. All right, everyone. I'm going to go over what I have so far,
and then we'll let you continue, right? Okay. So let's take a look at my team.js. This looks pretty simple, right? What is that? Okay, great. So right at the top, we're importing two things that I created. Okay? Player, which is a class, and get player info, which is a function, and that obviously runs inquire to get the info. So really, we have a function called make player. You know what? No, I do this. We have a function called make player. It gets the info for a player, then takes the player data, creates a new player with the player data object we get from Inquirer. And if our array of players is less than the desired number of players, we will call the function again, and it runs again. All right, so we create 3 players. I've hidden some stuff from you by putting it in separate files. This is a good programming practice because if I open the top file, I probably don't want every damn detail about the details. Right? I want to see the high level. So we'll go into get player info first. It's literally just the Inquirer prompt, and it has a list of objects. What is the name? What is the position? Offense rating and a defense rating. And it returns that promise. So that's why I'm able. So this basically goes here. So normally you do a dot then off of here, but because I'm returning it from this function, I can just do get player info dot then. And then we have a player class, and we'll look at that. So the constructor is just taking the data from Inquirer and just copying that data over to the instance of the player, like I showed you the other day. So I don't have to, because we already have the object, right, coming from Inquirer with name, position, offense, defense. We can just copy all that over. It already has the right property names. Shit, I'm confusing y'all. That's fine. I have a print stats function. Yeah, I really did confuse y'all. Object.entries, which gets, okay, it prints the stats. You all know how to do that by now. We have a good game function. We also have a flip coin function. Math.round of a math.random. So let's put that into Node. Math.round on a math.random. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. There's some ones. Oh, I did something bad. There we go. 1, 1, 0. Right, so it's just, remember that math.random function returns a decimal between 0 and 1. And by doing a round on that, it'll round it to either 0 or 1. So we have a flip coin function. And so for a good game, we'll call this dot flip coin. And if this dot flip coin is equal to 1, we'll change the offense skill by +1. Else, we'll change the defense skill by +1.
How does that add? How does that increase it by 1?
Let's look at the change skill method. It takes a skill string, offense or defense, and it'll set either the offense or defense plus equal to the change. So if we're decreasing, if they had a bad game, the change is -1. So 5 plus equals -1 is 4. Does it decrease?
It sounds like real text.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Let's read the plus equal plus. Phrase it really well.
Huh. Where
It's like this number, then you phrased it so it flows to make sense. Why it's in that context.
yeah, so like it's like this skill, so this dot offense or this dot defense equals this dot offense or this dot defense plus the change. So this is the maybe more clear. It's less shorthandy. So we're changing it, and in this case, like JavaScript's evaluating this statement right to left. So it takes the current skill plus the change. So say this is 5. This dot skill is now equal to 6, whereas before it was equal to 5. Skill's coming from the function parameter, and that's going to be a string that's either offense or defense. I did too much here. It's just my this is how I code. I don't know. Yeah. Do what? Scroll up, down. You're so angry. Yeah, what's up? What's up? You want me to scroll up? Okay.
I was wondering, what if you do is that equal class change?
Power?
So equal or class change? What happens if you area of this? Because last time that's what you had.
Oh, the plus equals? Yeah, no, yeah, it's the same. It would do the same thing as doing this. Yeah.
Is there a way to do all of this in one file?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And we get a little messy. You do a lot of scrolling. Yeah. Okay, so again, the high level is we get the player info from Inquire. My voice is cracked. Jesus. Then when we have the player info, we create a new player object instance with that info and push it into the players array. And then if we don't have the number of players we need, we'll make another player. I haven't done something important. That's inside of get player info function, which is in another file. It's over here. Really, there's only one place I use it. It's this function. But this function is exported. And when you call it, it just runs this. Make sense?
So it's exporting and then it's evaluating the function?
Yeah. So inside of Team, we get it from that export, and then we just use it here.
Okay, then you're calling.
I can push this up. The one problem I haven't solved yet is we need starters and subs. So I'm going to not do the array anymore. I'm going to do this. Var num created equals 0. I'm going to do var desired num starters equals 2, right? And then I'm going to have a team object. Var team equals object starters is an array, and then I'll put subs as an array. Oh. Okay. What are we doing? Var new player equals new player if team dot starters dot length is less than desired num starters, team dot starters dot push new player, else team dot subs dot push new player. This is my first instinct on how to approach this. And then if num created is less than desired num players, we'll run it again. And then how about this? How about this? Else, if we aren't going to create another player, we'll just console.log the team. Let's see what it looks like. Node team.js. Min, what do you play? What position? Whichever you prefer.
I'll play wide.
Wide receiver. You got good hands? Okay. What's your offensive rating?
Definitely a 1.
Okay.
1, right?
Okay, 1. Defensive rating, 0.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting a second player. Kamran, what's your football person?
Right.
Sure. Well, unconventional.
No, it's not beautiful. Real. I already had my mind. I'm gonna sport.
Sarah, what is your position? QB. Your offense rating. We're gonna give you like an 8 and defensive like a 3. Oh shh. Uh-oh. I wasn't supposed to run again. That's not good. Oh, I'm never incrementing num created. God, man. Oh, God. All right, I'm incrementing it right there now. I'll do it here. Okay, we're starting over. Vinny, QB, 10, defense 2. Brian, TA, 7, 5. Kyle, long snapper, offense 1, defense 1. There we have it. We have a team object. Starters is an array of 2 players, and subs is an array of 1 player.
So how do you make a second team?
Haven't done that yet. So I just wanted to get you caught up this kind of sort of level. I'm going to commit my code and push it up. It's in a folder called Vinny's, and you can take a look if you want. And you should continue for like another 10 minutes on the project. And okay, we're doing a code along. All right. Okay. Dot status. You may add initial Vinny team code. Yeah. Okay. If you want to continue listening to me as I go through like how to do the rest of it, please do. If you don't want to continue listening to me, then don't listen to me. Okay. Okay. I think I only see yeah, there is no other team. But I'll continue with the project. Okay, so at our top level here, we have a team object. We have a function make player. We do it the number of times we need to. Okay, so I'm gonna create another file. It's gonna be our top level file. I'm gonna call it program.js. In program.js, I'm gonna var get team equals require /team, which is our team file. And then then we're just going to do a module exports equals function get team, and it's just going to shit. The team's a function. I do, but not quite how it's going to work. I've confused myself. All right, return new promise. No, fuck. Look what they did. Print stats, create player. This doesn't do anything, does it?
Run it. No, you gotta go to that's the basic one.
Play game is a function. And where do we play the game? It's down here. I hate this. This is complicated.
This exercise is too long. This is more like a project.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come with project. This is not.
I understand. I understand what I've done wrong. Okay. Okay. All right. Get player info dot then, and we're gonna. Oh wait, it's about to get advanced, guys. But you know what? Every once in a while, it's good to be advanced. Whatever. If I do this for 10 minutes, like, how much of a waste could it be? Okay, so return new player. Great. We're gonna do this. Return. Great. Now our get team function is going to return new promise. Yeah, buddy. Here we go. Resolve. So then we're going to do. We're gonna do make player here. Make player. Not then. Player. Okay. Once we have our player, that's when we do num created plus plus. And I'm going to move that all this here. Okay. Num created plus plus. This. There we go. So close. So close. Okay. Team to be here. Awesome. Okay, what am I doing here? I've introduced you to some new concepts. Everyone's so mad at me. Yeah, I've introduced you to the concept of promises. I think you know a little bit about promises. Raise your hand if Jay went over how to make your own promises. Okay. What's that? You don't need to. You don't need to. Okay. So we're creating. Oh wow. Okay, everyone. Real quick. I have this make player function, which is really just a helper function to get the player's info and then create a player object instance. And then in here, where this get team is a promise, right? And a promise is a thing that happens that we're telling you is going to happen eventually. And we are going to do the same thing, right? So we have our variables, num created, desired num starters, desired num players, right? And then we're going to make a player. Then we'll have a player object. We're going to increment num created. If the starters.length is not the number of starters we want, we push to the starters a new player. Else we push the subs a new player. If the number created is less than the desired num players, we make another player. Else, if we have enough players, we are going to resolve the promise with our team object. Resolve. So that means when I later on, I'm going to call get team, I can treat it just like any other promise and do a dot then, and I'm going to get the team object. I can do things with the team. Okay? I'll get push it. So anyway, so far afield right now. Cool. Okay. Next, the program is we get a team, and so okay, our program is really going to be the play game function. So each time the function runs, 2 random numbers between 1 and 20 are rolled and compared to the starter's offensive and defensive stats. All right, so in our top level program, we'll do function, play, game. We'll do function, get random, num, return, math dot round, math random times 20, right? So when we play the game, we're going to do var, I don't know, num1 equals get random num, num2 is get random num, right? Anything crazy so far in this function, this file? Okay. This is for the top level game. Here, read me. Your code, blah, blah, blah. Move on to create a function called play game, which will be run after all of the players have been created. So 2 random numbers between 1 and 20 are rolled and compared to the starter's offensive and defensive stats. So I guess the random numbers are offense and defense, it sounds like. So let's do that. So let's call it actually that. I know that some of the things I'm doing are like a little beyond you, but sometimes you got to be thrown into it. Offense and defense, right? So we need to compare our starters, but in order to get starters, we need to get a team, right? So let's do this. Var team equals get team. Then okay, how about this? Var team colon get team dot then team. Then that's when we'll like actually play a game, you know, and we can do it with a team by injecting it. You know, play game team.
Can you explain those 3 lines?
Actually, I don't need to do this at all. These 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know get team is a promise because, you know, we're waiting for user input, right? So that's a promise that I created, remember? That does a bunch of promises with each player. And so we're getting the team, and then once we have our team, all of our players, it's sending us the team object, which has a property of starters and subs, right? So then I'm saying, let's play a game with our team. So
It's already going to have the starters and subs in there by the time it reads.
yeah, absolutely. By the time this happens, this code here, the play game, our team has been constructed. We have our players. Team.starters. I don't know, for each. I don't know. Player. Let's call it starter. And let's look at the README again. If the first number is lower than the sum of the team's offensive stat, add a point to the team's score. If the second number is higher than the sum of the team's defensive stat, remove 1 point from the team's score. Okay? How about this? How about this? Var team offense equals starters. Team dot starters 0 dot offense. Yep. Said one thing, did another. 0 dot offense, 1 dot offense, and then we'll do the same for team defense, right? Okay. It's time to go. If the offense is higher than the sum, okay. So we have a team score, right? The concept of a score. So I'm going to go into team. I'm going to create a score of 0. So each team has a score now. Back to the program. If offense is less than team offense, team dot score plus plus. If defense is less than team defense, team dot score plus plus. Okay, so there's that part. Some people are tuned out, some people are watching. So that's there. Substitute. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, man. I mean, I'm putting a lot in here, but hopefully mine's more readable than the stuff they have in the solution. Say it louder. Yeah. So the instructions say take the starters of the team and take their offense and get the offense of them combined. So that's what I did. So starters 0 dot offense, and then I did starters 0 dot defense. Starters is an array. I'm taking the offensive power of our starters of the team and adding them together, and I'm storing it in a variable called team offense. Then I'm doing the same for the defense. No variables. The team starters is an array of objects. Everyone, you can go. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm going to push up all this code and you can review it because I did do a lot of stuff. I think you would actually really benefit from studying what I've done here because I've introduced new concepts that will be very useful for you. And in particular, I've introduced the idea of modularizing your code so that you can separate a lot of the logic. So it's not like you don't end up with super nested code that's super hard to follow and debug. Yeah. Yeah, I will try to do that before I leave, but I'll push up the code anyway. The starters, it's on the team object. Play game is getting a team. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So just remember, I have a function called getTeam that returns a team, and I pass it to play game. So that being said, team is here. Sure. So team dot starters is an array, an array of players, and the players are created below. I do it all the time. Little electric scooter. They have them all over DC, and you pay $1 for those. Yeah, so I selected out earlier, I think.
Oh, okay.
So if you scroll up, this one,
Okay.
it's actually live right now. It's still live. I don't know what to do now, but I selected out earlier. Go that way.
Okay.
Cool. I should stop it also. So that's what I'm gonna do. Like literally everyone.